Hey, my beautiful Saggies. I am Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do your May 2020 Quickie reading. It's a love reading. It will not be extended on Patreon. Keep in mind, it is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you'd like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email is in the box below. I'll gladly give you all the information you need on personals. It's on the community tab as well as my website. And don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Like I said, these will not be extended, but my general love readings, my longer ones, will be, like they already have been. These are intended to be quick. They're not very detailed. I mean, you know me, I tend to talk anyways, but I'm trying to shorten up some readings. So I do have my longer readings that have more details and are pretty specific, but these these are specific too, but they're quicker. So it's just kind of a check-in, I guess you could say. But yeah, so the overall energy for you is I am Kali, or Kali. From death comes rebirth. So you're ending shit basically for your own sanity, for your own stability, or somebody's ending shit with you. Oh, by the way, I use bad language. If you don't like it, there's a door. See you later. Bye. I hope you stay. But anyways, seems I just said shit. I figured I'd tell you. So I feel like this is ending people, places, and things that no longer serve you. It's just walking away from that stuff, and so that you can regain a sense of self. Because I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you tend to lose yourself in other people. And then you feel kind of lost and alone when you're on your own. It's almost like it's basically codependency, but I feel like it's ending those types of patterns. And if that's not you yourself, I feel like you are walking away from people who have those tendencies. Like, you don't want anybody who's needy, clingy, or reliant on you. It's like, no, you need to be self-sufficient just as much as I do. I feel that whole addicted to love energy. So I do feel like for the majority of Sagittarians that I'm reading for, if this resonates, you do have codependent tendencies, and it's just because you want companionship. I feel like I latch on, and it's almost like I'm hopeful that each person that I have a connection with is the one. And so far I've been kind of unlucky in love, and it's just because there's lessons tied to this that you haven't learned, because codependency isn't exactly the healthiest trait. So it's something that you are recognizing and learning from and letting go of, which is beautiful. So, excuse me, the overall energy and love for you, for May anyways, is Sea Beacon Fairy guidance, but where will it lead you? So this is your intuition. I feel like it's been screaming at you. I just got this for Scorpio as well, like their intuition telling them things. But this is like knowing that something isn't right, knowing that you need to move on, but not knowing where you're going, where you're headed. Like, I'm going to follow this light because I feel I have a pull to either follow this person, this opportunity to move, relocate, whatever it is to you. But I don't know what it's going to look like when I get there. I don't know what the relationship's going to consist of. It's just like, I just have this gut feeling that I should be over here and not over here. So it's moving away from situations that don't benefit you, basically. I feel like some of you are going through breakups because you're sick of the status quo. It's like same shit, different day. It's boring and it's unhealthy behaviors. I feel like some of you were tied to somebody who was quite controlling in a sense because it was their way or the highway, and I just feel like somebody's fed up. You're done with it now. So we have the Five of Chalices reversed with the Four of Wands reversed. So this is definitely a breakup. And this breakup could have just recently happened, or you're preparing to do it, or this happened a while ago. So it depends on where you are on that timeline. And I do feel like for the majority of you, this is a past breakup, because this is overcoming the heartbreak and pain that, was tied to an ending, tied to all the things that this person said to you, did to you, whatever. It's realizing your worth and moving away from people like that and cutting the ties to a past person that you might have been stuck on, pining for. It's realizing that it just wasn't a healthy connection and that person is not for you. So it's finally moving on, even though you don't know where you're headed exactly. Some of you do have a love interest in mind, but you're just unsure of how that person feels about you or what the connection looks like what your future would look like with them. Basically, it's in the infancy stages, because I don't even feel like you've expressed your feelings to this person. It's just, it's still inside your heart. You haven't said it because you were working through some past shit, and if this isn't you, you've been waiting for your love interest, the person you have feelings for, to get over a past situation. And it's like, I know that I should wait. I know that we are supposed to be together, but like, when is this going to happen? You know, am I waiting in vain? It's all the what ifs, because it's very foggy and unclear. You're just relying on faith. You're trusting your intuition. Can I get more, please, on what this is for Saggy? Mask. Not showing true feelings. Hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. This is hiding your feelings. Like I said, you're kind of waiting around for somebody, or move. Some of you are waiting around for somebody to get over a past situation, and you're just keeping your feelings, you know, inside, not expressing yourself, because you don't know how it will be received, like how, if this person will accept your offer or feel the same way. And then others of you, this is just, you're basically not, you're not expressing your feelings to anyone, but I feel like you're just not telling anyone your plans, your future plans, like why you're doing what you're doing. It's none of their fucking business, is what I just heard. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. You're definitely unsure of the future. It's almost like you're just flying. You're flying on faith, basically, keeping your feelings to yourself until the right time, hoping that you're making the right choice, basically, hoping that you chose the right person, that leaving your current partner was the right choice, that cutting the ties from the past was the right choice, that waiting on this person so that they could clear up their past is the right choice. It's just, you're not really sure where you're headed, but anywhere is better than here, is what I feel. So blockages in love, in your love life, things that you're working through, is grumpy red fairy. Be your true self. So I feel like a lot of you, or anyone that this is resonating with, basically, because not every Sagittarius worries about what other people think. I feel like some of you are hiding who you really are because you don't want to be judged or misjudged. It's like, I feel like you have some quirkiness about you, some traits that make you stand out, and I feel like they totally make you who you are, and they're beautiful traits to have, basically. There's nothing to be ashamed of here, but I feel like you have such strong feelings for somebody that you're just like, well, I'm not going to really show them that side of me yet. Just be your true self, and the right people will fall into place. I feel like if you've had bad luck in love, if you run into those controlling people, narcissistic people, abusive people, just people who are unhealthy for you overall, if you have a track record of that, it's because you're attracting the wrong people, because you're not being true to yourself. This is also being kind of submissive in my eyes. Like, this is the type of person who will pretend to enjoy this hobby or that hobby or whatever just because their girlfriend or boyfriend is into it. It's like, it's trying to be more like the other person and ignoring your own wants and needs because you don't want to put anybody out. You don't want, I feel like you just don't want to cause problems or rock the boat. So it's almost like you say you absolutely hate video games, like people, gamers and shit like that. And it's like, I can't believe people spend their whole weekends, they waste their entire day just playing these stupid games when we could be going out and doing this or that, or having, like, experiencing life and going out on adventures. And then you fall in love with somebody and you sit on the couch and either watch them play a video game or you sit there and play with them even though you absolutely can't stand it, just because you want to keep them happy. That's a blockage, and that's what I feel you do. It's kind of catering to other people's needs but ignoring your own. This is, like I said, also not expressing yourself because you're afraid of what people will say or judgments. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is all about being stable on your own, feeling comfortable in your own skin. This guy's kind of obsessive and clingy, and I kind of feel like you can get that way, or at least some of you can. It's not all of you, or you're dealing with somebody who's like that, where once you fall for somebody, you take on their traits. Like I said, you'll sit there all day and play the video game with them just because it makes them happy, just because you're next to them. And it's kind of pushing yourself to the side, basically. That's possibly why your relationships haven't really worked out, because you do need to maintain a sense of independence. This is kind of codependent energy is what I'm feeling here. So always be true to you, because this is a blockage. This is what somebody isn't doing, or hasn't up till this point. And I feel like the reason why this person or you acts this way is because of the past. We have the Ten of Swords here. It's because there's fear of rejection and abandonment issues here. It's like, if I cater to this person's every want, need, or desire, then they won't leave me. If I show them that, that I can be a little bitchy sometimes, or that I can be whiny sometimes, or that I want to do this, or that I want alone time, or that I want this or that or whatever. If I express this, they'll leave me, So that's an irrational fear that somebody needs to get over. And it's just because that happened to you in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. But even if it does happen, that person wasn't meant for you. You can only put on a show for so long, basically. So if you're wearing a mask and trying to hide certain traits about yourself, it will come out eventually. And it's just not... It's not healthy overall. Can I get more on this? You kick ass, and who gives a shit what anybody thinks about you? If somebody wants to judge you and shit on your dreams, or say that you're not good enough or that you're lame, or this or that, or say whatever the hell people say just because you're being true to yourself and doing what you love, then they can go take a flying fuck. Basically. Yeah, somebody definitely fears an ending and then not enough because they don't feel like they're good enough. And I feel like it stems from a past relationship, possibly somebody who was quite controlling or emotionally abusive. Endings, new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. This needs to change. You need to just be true to yourself and not worry about what other people think. If they want to talk shit about you, let them, You don't need to hear it. You don't need to see it. You can just, kick them out of your life. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lacking confidence, definite lack in confidence. Self-sabotage, which is what happens. You end up self-sabotaging a connection between you and your person because you're not being honest, basically. You're living a lie. And like I said, you can only keep up the act for so long. Fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Excuse me. I just feel like this strong codependency where I latch on super tight, especially with this card, because I fear being alone. I fear rejection. I don't want somebody to leave me because I like to do this or that, or I don't like this or that. So that is something that needs to be overcome and worked on, and I feel like that's what you guys are doing, and that's why you're moving away from people like this. Can I get more? Thank you. Yeah, this is you making the decision to end this connection or just get out of your head and you're no longer crying over the past. Basically, you're totally moving forward. And if this is if this is you waiting for your person to let go of the past so that you two can move forward, and you're keeping your feelings hidden because you don't want to seem needy or anything, I feel like this is you making, for some of you, this is you giving up on that and making the final decision to release yourself from this fantasy of you two being together, because if they actually really, if they wanted to be with you, it wouldn't be this difficult, is what I feel. I feel somebody's saying that to themselves. But for others of you, this person is legit releasing the past person, and your window of opportunity is approaching to share your feelings. But when you do, make sure you are being true to yourself. Can I get more on this? Yeah, we have the Star reverse. This is healing energy. And then we have the Five of Swords in the upright. It's you need to regain a sense of self and control over yourself. This is stop controlling the situation. Like, have control over your emotions to the point where you're able to express yourself and not allow your fears to dictate how things go, what you show and what you hide from your person or the world. Because then we have the Two of Cups here with the Five of Swords. To me, this is don't control the dynamic between you and your person or how a relationship goes. I feel like the only reason why you try to maintain this sense of control is because you need to know how it's going to go, because you fear being left. This is something that needs to be let go of and healed from so that you can just be authentically you. I feel like it's saying you really shouldn't move on with anyone until you've worked through this. So then what's to come this month in love is time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. There's definitely a need for change, especially if you are hiding who you are and pretending to be somebody else just to appease the other person so that they don't leave you. You shouldn't even be part of that connection if that's the case. Because I honestly feel like if this person truly loved you, they would love you. Do you want them to love the ideal you, the fantasy you, the show, the mask? No, you want them to love who you are when you're, wearing your sweatpants and your hair's all messy and you got no makeup on and you're crying, eating a tub of fucking ice cream because your fucking cat died. You want to be able to show somebody that ugly side of you. You know what I mean? And it's not really ugly. To the right person, it's absolutely beautiful because it's you being vulnerable and open with them. This is being very closed off and trying to be a Stepford wife, so to speak, and that never ends well. Basically, watch the movie, they all blow up. So what needs to be changed is the Seven of Pentacles reverse. This is not investing. I feel like what you need to change is investing in the wrong people, because I feel like you're left on the losing end a lot, especially if any of this is relating to you, because this is no longer waiting around for somebody to change or for the dynamic between you and a love interest to change. So if you're left wanting and waiting, basically waiting for this person to leave somebody or let go of the past so that you two can move forward because you're sitting here hiding your feelings, this is saying you need to change. You need to stop doing that. You need to stop waiting for this person. It's obviously not worth the investment right now. Doesn't mean it won't be in the future. It just means that you're freed up to work on yourself and to not worry about this. And I almost feel like if you start enjoying the moment and doing things that you love and get in touch with yourself again, I feel like this person will come around out of nowhere and it will be quite shocking to you. But with learn something new and then the use of technology, I feel like with learn something new, this is learn something new about yourself. Take a class, even if it's just a stained glass class or a painting class or a writing class, something that you enjoy that's just for you. Go take a walk, go pick up a new hobby, make a new friend, network online with the use of new technology, get that new phone, get that upgrade, and download a new app and socialize, do something, so that you're not just sitting here waiting, pining over somebody and thinking about the future and like what could be. Live in the now, don't let your life pass you by, basically. And then we have the Empress, and this is give to yourself, nurture yourself, build up your confidence, because I feel like if you pick up new projects and you start doing things for you, you're not only going to be more appealing and more sexy and alluring and attractive to your love interest, but you're going to be that way to many other options, and it's going to boost your self-esteem, I feel, because you're going to get attention unlike basically you're going to get the kind of attention that you've always wanted that you haven't gotten yet. Some of you already are at this phase where you're starting to, it's almost like all eyes on Sagittarius. You're starting to be noticed, or people are starting to notice you, and you're like, whoa. I feel like if you're not used to that, you're still kind of hiding behind a mask, like you've definitely eaten the humble pie. You're not you're not accepting compliments because you don't know how to take them, because I feel like you don't get them very often, and it's not because you're not deserving or that you're not attractive. It's just because I feel like you tend to reject compliments. You accept the mean things people say and you hold on to it, but you don't. It's almost like you forget when people compliment you. But I feel like this is you changing that, and I feel like it's going to make your person notice you even more, especially online. I just see somebody changing up their MO. Like, if you don't normally take selfies and whatever, I see you doing that. If you don't normally eat at a restaurant by yourself, I see you doing that. I see you stepping out of the box. Then we have clock. Needs time, takes time, in time, cycles time to heal, progress. This is you making progress and healing, learning to love yourself, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. You are definitely more attractive to those around you because of the self-love, because you're pulling away from those who aren't giving you the time of day or showing you respect. We have the Emperor reversed. So I do feel like this is the person you've been waiting on. Excuse me. He's kind of controlling in the reverse, and I feel like you guys are not really on the same page. You're not on the same page right now because you're kind of in that insecure mode right here. But I kind of feel like that's where your person kind of likes you, because you give them your undivided attention, even though they're not giving you the attention you deserve. But once you step out of this, they're going to be more attracted to you, but I feel like it might piss them off because you're not under their thumb. And it's going to make you realize that you two are not seeing eye to eye, that they need to do some work on themselves. And I feel like with this realization, you'll be more willing to give them that time because you just went through it as well. So it's like you understand, but you're still not waiting around for them. It's like, if we cross paths in the future, great, but, I'm not going to settle. I'm sick of feeling left out, because I almost feel like your person's going to be kind of upset, and they're going to feel left out because you did change your MO, because you're more confident. This change within you is making you shine brighter, and with your confidence being boosted, you're not settling and you're leaving them out, and they're like, well, where did Saggy go? What the fuck? Like, I want my Sagittarius back, And I feel like they might be stubborn and not communicate with you because of it, because this is kind of immature. energy to me, and I feel like it's going to come out of nowhere. That's so funny. This person, it's like what you've been waiting for is coming because of you taking a stand and loving yourself and working on yourself. And that's all that ever needed to happen. But it's something that you had to go through and a lesson you needed to learn, because look, then we have the Tower, the Page of Cups, the Lovers reversed, and then the Eight of Pentacles. So once this person realizes how much they miss you and how much you actually helped them, and you were a major confidence boost for this person, especially when they were going through a really difficult time trying to cut cords with the past. It's like you were always there for them, and they're seeing now that you're pulling away because you're rocking life and you're making these positive changes for yourself, and you're not accepting anything less than what you deserve. They're realizing how much they not only want you, but how much they need you and what you really mean to them. And they want and out of nowhere, they're going to come in and apologize and want to work on things with you. So ultimately, you're going to be faced with a decision in the near future, within a month and a half. Especially, you guys are on different timelines. You know, it depends on where you are in this. So whoever is going through this healing process and turning their focus inward and working on themselves and basically not giving a flying fuck what anybody thinks or says, those are the people who are going to be faced with a choice. Do you still want this person you've been pining over, or do you want somebody else? So the ball's going to be in your court before you know it, Sag, which is beautiful. So some aha moments are definitely around the bend, but that is what I have for you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. The more you interact with me, the more apt I'm to pick up on your energy. Hit me up for a personal. I do have openings. My email is in the box below. Your love and support is amazing. I love you guys, and I wish you the best. Bye.